Live from Austin, Texas, it's the internet's favorite advice show,
Answering for a Friend.
Now, here's your hosts, Clint Baker and Mia Harms. Hey, what's up, guys? We're back.
Hi!
Yes, another episode of Answering for a Friend.
Yep.
Mia, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just kicking it. How are you?
I'm good. Man, I'm way louder than you. I'm going to turn myself down. Yeah.
Turn yourself down.
Turn myself down. I threw it on the
This is a really exciting episode, isn't it?
It is. You know why? Because we're going to do fitness. I know that when you guys watch the show and you see such fine specimens as us, that you're like, these guys must know a lot about fitness. Well,
yeah, exactly.
we don't necessarily. We know a little bit about everything, but we have our friend, fitness trainer Chelsea Barbo, in the house today. So so that's going to be awesome. So she's going to be Chelsea Barbo. So we're going to be asking her questions and stuff. She's going to jump in about halfway through and help us answer some of the questions that we have on the show today, and then we'll jump into the fitness stuff. So this is going to be exciting. This is fun. This is new. We don't usually have guests. We usually play a game. Today the game is I just said Ask the expert.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I'm super excited about it. I was talking about my approach to fitness earlier, and that is fitness. This whole pizza in my mouth.
You stole my joke, you creep. I said
you know what,
cupcake
Clint?
in my mouth. Fitting
But the
cupcakes in
thing
my
is,
mouth.
you stole my OnlyFans joke a long time ago. I'm just getting you back.
All right, we're even. Let's before we get into the show. Yes, we're in the house. We got people watching. We got Kim Whitehead. We got Elizabeth Ann. Hey y'all. There's a hey y'all.
Hi.
Because that's what
We
Kim
have our
sounds like. Hey,
regulars.
y'all. And what else?
Hi.
And we have Elizabeth says hey.
Hey.
So this is fun. So before we get into the good stuff, let's like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, and tell your friends about us, because that's how this channel is going to keep growing, is you guys plugging us and helping us grow. And if we grow big enough, then all we have to do is answer these crazy questions, and we won't even have to do anything.
Yeah. And I'll give you guys money.
Yeah, and then we'll just give you guys, here's some of our extra money, We've got lots of that stuff.
You can come to my Maserati party.
Yeah, Maserati. I only know one person with a Maserati. Well,
I know one person also with a Maserati.
Really?
Is it the same person?
I don't know. Is it a he or a she?
It's a he.
This is a she. I know a she. And
maybe we should get there. We should get them together, and they can have a Maserati party.
A Maserati parade, a 2-car parade. That's a good pop punk band name. 2-car parade.
Listen, I think that 2 Maseratis is similar to a fleet of Kias.
Yes, that's an old callback. Well, let's get into some questions. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
I'm ready. I'm ready. Ready.
Kias. That's an old thing. All right, here we go. All right.
It's my favorite.
I met a guy in a grocery store and he won't stop calling me. I don't usually give out my number, but he caught me off guard. What do I do? Asking for a friend.
I like that it's like, I don't usually give out my number, but I panicked, gave out my number, and now he won't leave me alone.
And she doesn't like him. And she's like, yeah, and what phone carrier? Well, like, what are you, like, on a flip phone or something? I'm misunderstanding what's happening here, because there's a block function on your phone.
Yeah.
Block. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know about it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Go to his text. Go to info. Go down and say block this caller. If he's
block.
You've blocked.
Do you have people blocked?
I mean, telemarketers and stuff. I block them first time.
Oh.
You're done. You're dead to me. You're out of here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty nice.
I don't have anyone blocked on my phone. I have people blocked on like social media and stuff.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you don't want to hear people's bullshit, so you block them, or unsubscribe or whatever. But a phone, that's way more personal. If you're like bothering me in the middle of my day, Yeah, no, we're not gonna have that. So
Blocked you.
yeah, let's see here. Chelsea, I could see you in the background there. She's in the backstage area. Because I'm in the central control here, I could see everything, and I could see her. She's grinning really big, so I like that. So we're gonna have her on very soon.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Next question. What do we got? I have a stutter. I stuttered today in a job interview. Really, only in the beginning. Did I blow it? I hate it so much. Asking for friend.
Oh man, that
It's
sucks. I'm sorry.
it's super sad. I have a stutter, and I don't
Yeah.
do it all the time. But there's certain times where I'm like, I don't know if it's ADD induced. I don't know if it's nerves
Yeah.
induced or what. But I've done it, especially when I read. Um, you're being really hard on yourself, especially if you pulled it together in the interview. The interviewer
Yeah.
probably thinks you were maybe a little bit nervous, or if they realize this guy just stutters, but it's not holding up traffic. We're gonna get stuff done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stress out about it. And this is just a thing, and lots of people have stutters, and lots of people have other
Yeah.
other things that. What do you think, Mia?
I mean, I agree. And people fumble on their words that don't have stutters in interviews. And I think that's just part of it to kind of know people are going to be a little nervous. And that kind of, to me, shows that that you're taking it super seriously. Because if you weren't a little nervous, maybe you wouldn't have, you know, I'm not saying, well, does this person have a stutter? Like it's like a speech impediment stutter?
Yeah, it's just
Because that's a little that's different. Well, yeah, and in that case, I'd probably think it's not as big of a deal as you think it is. And um, you know, maybe the next job interview you go on, if you didn't get this one, just mention it. Say, "Hey, I have a stutter and sometimes it comes out."
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do if you're upfront with people. Say, hey, I've got a stutter. Sometimes when I'm nervous or I'm in a new
Yeah.
situation, it pops up. Bear with me. I'm not trying to. And I tend to make fun of myself all the time for things. So I'm like, hey, I don't mean to be obnoxious, but just be honest with people. If you address the
Yeah.
elephant in the room, in most cases it diffuses the thing right away. And most people are too
Yeah.
caught up in their little things to address it. But I do that with all kinds of situations. I go straight to the elephant in the room. And if you
Yeah.
don't know what that expression means, look it up.
I don't think this person blew it because they stuttered in an interview. I don't
Yeah,
think that if an employer is gonna look at that as a reason to disqualify you for the job, that employer kind of sucks to begin with, you know?
yeah. And if you're like if you're applying to be like brand ambassador where you go out and speak publicly on things, that's a different thing. Sometimes you might and I think that's mean. I think people with stutters should be able to do that too. But I'm just saying, if it's
Yeah.
something like that. But again, you said that you corrected it halfway through the interview. It was just at the beginning. I think sounds like you were nervous, and I think they're gonna see that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. And again, and another thing is, maybe if they're gonna hold that against you, you probably don't want to work there anyway. So just saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Sounds like a
Yeah.
poopy company.
Yeah.
A lot of people that have speech impediments and stutters and stuff actually end up going into things like radio and other jobs like that when they've gone through speech training and other stuff. And it's just that's like kind of a common thing,
Yeah.
interestingly enough. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to
I
this
love that.
person telling you.
I have a friend who's a DJ that's got a little bit of a speech impediment, and I've
Stutter,
heard
lisps, other stuff. Yeah.
and I've heard it in voiceover. I do voiceover work and stuff. I've heard it
Yeah.
in where I could tell. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. This guy conquered that. Like, he probably worked harder than anyone to get to where he's at, and I think that's cool. So it actually makes me tear up. I'm
Exactly.
almost tearing up thinking about that. So,
Aw.
yeah. All right, let's see here. What's next? What we got? Mia, you want to read this one?
Okay. Today I found out that my dad isn't my biological dad. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm so confused. Help. Asking for a friend.
That's a big bum.
No.
That's a big bum. Um, I'm gonna let you say it. What do you got about that? What do you have to say about that?
That's really tough. Oh, I mean, okay, if this person raised you and you're close and you have a good relationship, don't let it ruin that. But man, you're it's so tough. You're just gonna have to feel your feelings as they come about it. Talk about it. I don't know what else to say. That's really intense.
I have a little bit of insight with this.
Yeah.
And I'm without outing family members or anything, but I have a sibling that found out way late in the game, midlife that their father wasn't their father, and again, I might even be saying too much, but I'm just gonna be very vague, and say that there's a lot of mixed feelings, and I was really happy to see my whole family was very accepting, and it's weird because with 23andMe and all these things that are out now,
Yeah.
it's like
It
people
happens
are
a lot.
this is turning out to be a super common thing, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And people realizing they're dating people that they're related to
yeah,
because of insemination stuff, sperm bank stuff.
yeah, that's crazy. And there's well, we'll get into that in a minute, but but I just want to say I was really proud that my family says, you know what, that's a piece of paper, and I don't care what a piece of paper says. You're my relative. You've been my family my whole life, and I love you no matter what. So we don't care what a piece of paper says. That's the way you should be
Yeah.
looking at this thing. This is your family. People have adopted relatives. They're family. You got friends that are so close your whole life that they're family. It's like, and so like if if 23andMe says you're not related, I mean, if you spent your whole life related to that person, that's your family. So don't be
Yeah. They're still family. You're
yeah,
still
you need
related.
you just it's a big bomb to get dropped in your lap. So you're just like, holy crap! But don't be like, oh, it's not my dad. He's my dad. He was not my dad. Like it's like if you have a dad relation, there's people who have biological dads that didn't have a relationship, and they don't feel like that's their dad. They feel like this other guy's their dad. It's
Exactly.
think
Yeah.
about that, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't really focus too much on it. I just appreciate the family you have, and just do the best you can. I mean, it's not there's not much you can do about it. So,
I
but
totally agree.
but it doesn't matter is what I'm just trying to say. So there you go.
Yeah.
So let's
If
move.
I found out my dad wasn't my biological dad, it wouldn't change anything for me at all. He's amazing and I love him. And so it would just go on being my dad.
I mean, there are little quirks, like little things like, yeah, I have my dad's nose, or like we have the same genetics. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
and you have a son, so that is yours. But but it's like
I know. I don't know if he's mine or not. I'm
but
still trying to figure that out
but I'm
9
sure
years later.
a parent looks at their kid and is like, yeah, hey, this trait, or oh, he's got my ears, um,
Yeah.
oh, if I had a kid, it'd be like, oh, he's got a giant head just like his dad. But yeah. So anyway, so I get certain things can be weird, but love your family for being your family. So let's move on to the
Yeah.
next one. And oh, I got some comments real quick before I'm gonna go back before we get into the next one here. That. All right, let's see here. Kim says, as an adopted lady, I believe you want to, as an adopted lady, I believe your heart will tell you who your dad is.
Who your
Exactly.
dad is. Yeah. That's really sweet. I like that. That's accurate. And in this case, Clint, it's you. Just
I'm
kidding.
not the father. Tell Jerry.
You're my dad.
Jerry Spring. I'm not your dad. Not relationships wise, but it does change a lot. It does change a lot.
Change a lot.
Yeah. It also changes a lot if your dad paid a lot of child support his whole life. Like, oh,
Hopefully the dad is the one that knew.
yeah, I don't know if I didn't even get that context to know if the
Yeah,
dad ever
because that's
found
a
out.
different situation. Sometimes the dad
Yeah.
doesn't know, but it sounded like they knew and the kid didn't know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What's the next one? I've missed the most important interview of my life, sleeping at my computer. What the F do I do? Asking for a friend. Here's the context on this thing. This poor
Okay.
guy has had a serious interview. It was a 2-interview process. He went through the first one. He got through the first interview. Then the second interview was at 1:30, and he fell asleep. He fell asleep at his computer. He was like waiting for the clock, like waiting for it to be 1:30. Fell asleep at his computer and woke up at 5 and slept through the interview. And like he'd been trying to get this job for like 2 years and finally got an in and slept through it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, all you can do is call or email and apologize and ask for another second chance. I mean, that's what else can you do?
Or
You just have to.
make something up. What do you make up?
I mean, yeah, you don't have to directly lie, but you could say that, due to unforeseen circumstances, I was unable to make it without giving you a heads up, and then kind of grovel a little bit and ask for a second interview.
Yeah, that's.
Always shoot your shot. I think you shouldn't just give up on it.
I agree. And sometimes a little groveling and a second chance. You just got to write. Don't go too crazy and write a novel, but I would just apologize and say, "Hey, I really take your time."
Yeah.
Oh, think about this is the elephant in the room. Think about all those things that they're thinking. It's like, dude, you wasted my time. I could have been doing this, this, and that. Address those things. Look,
Yeah.
I recognize that time is money. I recognize that you took the time out to see, to do this interview with me. I know that there's 100 other people that are trying to get this job, and and this looks really bad. Say all the things that you can imagine this guy was thinking when you flaked. You know what I mean? Like, God,
Yeah.
what? Blah blah. Every reason that they would not hire you. Mention those things and say, I realize that I just messed up, and I was not feeling well, and in the first place. And here we go. You know what I mean? And I try to keep it
Yeah.
honest. You don't want to do some, broke my leg and had to army crawl, blah blah blah. You don't want to make something up because then you're caught up in that, and also it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Just own it. Own your mistake,
Own it,
and
exactly.
and yeah, hopefully you get another chance, and good luck on that.
Yeah, and that also shows responsibility. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you can own up to your
I mean,
failures.
things happen.
Yeah, that's a pretty big failure. That sucks. Like but it
Yeah.
happened. You know what I mean? Stuff happens. All right, let's move forward. Moving on. But dude, you got this. Just give it another shot. Here we go. You waited 2 years, so I'm too shy to get STD screenings. How do I fix this?
Oh. Shy in what way? Like, shy? Like you're afraid to go in and you be someone see you,
I
or
guess
are
it's
you
embarrassing.
shy? Are you was this a male or female? What parts did they have?
I don't even know. I didn't even.
Yeah.
I didn't even get that far into the question.
I mean, it is so important to your health. It's so vital. You have to get screened, and most of the time it's a blood test. But if you're female, you might have, other tests involved. But there's no reason to be shy, and you should be empowered that you're, taking your sexual health into your own hands, and that you can have that information to relay to other people, and use it as something to say, like, I'm being extremely mature with my health, extremely, like, mentally and emotionally and physically mature with my body. And that's something to be proud of. And you shouldn't be shy about that. Everyone should be getting tested. So just do it. And if you need someone to go with you, bring a friend.
I'm trying to find the email here to see if it's a guy or gal. I guess it doesn't matter at this point.
It doesn't matter, but difference between a blood test and then like a full well woman kind of check for other stuff. might be uncomfortable. But those are also important screenings. We
You're-
need to be having our pap smears and stuff every year. So
Tess says this. Just say you'd like to go ahead and get tested for everything just to be safe. Don't
yeah,
have to say a specific test. Exactly. It's exactly what I was going to say. And
yeah,
and many years ago, I could tell you too. Here's another thing that might help. You might be worried about like going into your doctor. Maybe you have the same doctor forever and ever and ever.
right.
And it's like weird to switch doctors. There's other things you can do. You can go to
Clinics and stuff.
what's that? Clinics, yeah. And like
Clinics, yeah.
I know Travis County. I've done it. You can go into the Travis County, and this is
Yeah.
I'm dating myself, but it was a long time ago. But it was like $15 at the time. I don't know what it is. It's it now,
Yeah.
but it like to go in and with the county clinic and get checked out. And I I was a touring musician who was a crazy young man, and I met a
Hmm.
lovely young lady that I was the lovely young lady that I was getting serious with, and I didn't want to give her anything
Yeah.
that she didn't want. So I went in and I got
It's
checked.
the responsible thing to do.
It's the responsible.
Yeah.
So you can't go you can't
Yeah.
walk around not
Not
knowing.
knowing.
Yeah. Uh
It's a disservice to yourself and to others. And I'll say, as a healthcare worker, I am so proud of anyone taking their health into their own hands. And not the healthcare workers are definitely not judging you. In fact, we would much rather see people coming in and getting these things. The whole goal is preventative care, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have to see you in 10 years with something that could have been prevented. So, if you don't think that the healthcare providers are the ones that are judging you. They're non-biased to give you what you need to get done. And it's it's empowering and powerful. Do it for your health and do it for other people's health, and to be, super responsible and mature about it.
Yes, exactly. And I could tell you, those clinics, that was a long time ago. I'd never seen those people before. They were all strangers.
Yeah.
And it was even embarrassing. I'm not even going to go into too many details. I'll tell you, Mia, after the show.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'll just say it because they asked, hey, do you mind if we have some observers, some med school observers? So I had multiple people in this room with me.
Oh.
That was embarrassing. So
You're
I
like,
mean,
I came here to not have anybody,
and
and then all of a sudden I have
I
everybody.
had a doctor with cold hands and two other observers. Yeah, it was very so if you're shy and they ask if observers are okay, because they will ask if they try to do that, say no if you're
You can always say
shy.
no.
Yeah, if you're shy.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. And
And mentioning that to your healthcare provider when you go in. You can always say, hey, I'm a little nervous, I'm feeling a little shy. And the more information they have, the more they're able to make you feel more comfortable and be more accommodating. And that goes for any issue you may have in
Anything.
healthcare when you're going in. Ladies, if you have negative feelings towards getting your pap smears, let them know why. And they should be a lot more helpful and accommodating for those reasons.
Yes. And I haven't seen any
Get
of those.
yourself screened.
I haven't seen any of those people since, and that was a long time ago. So there you
It
go.
was me, Clint. It was me.
No, it was not you.
I'm just
And
kidding.
Kim chimed in and said you can order tests from Walgreens and get them delivered. So that's really good to know.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. There's so many, almost like so many things healthcare wise you can totally take it into your own hands doing internet. You can order your own labs and just walk into like a lab, place and be like, I ordered these for myself. You don't even need a doctor to sign off on them these days. So
we're living in the future. So
we're living in the future.
that's
Every
right.
second. We're in the future,
Is
like
it
now.
the future? We're even further now.
And now.
And now we're even further.
And now.
And now we're even further. And now we're even further. That's right. Well, guys, this is the time in the show where we're going to get our guest. We're at 28 minutes and 58 seconds. That's almost half. That's close enough. Probably by the time I'm done rambling and giving you the speech, it'll be halfway done. And
yeah.
so we're going to bring in fitness trainer Chelsea Barbo. That's right. She's about to come in and she's going to help us answer this question. So I'm going to go to the question screen. We're going to do it. And when I hit the next button, she's going to be in here with us and we're going to have a great time. So,
I'm so excited.
yes.
First guest.
That's right.
Yes.
And for you guys watching, I will have Chelsea's contact info for her gym and her Instagram and all that stuff in the information in the video. So you can check that out later in the subject. So there we go. All right. In the comments section. All right, here we go. Boom. I've been picking up my coworkers' slack for months. I've tried to help them. They admitted to me that they embellished their resume. I'm done. What do I do? Asking for a friend. And now? Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Barbo. What is up, Chelsea?
Guys,
how's it
what's
going?
up? It's going so well. I'm
All
so
right.
happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're so excited to have you.
Let's see here. Oh, and I guess we should give you... Woo, there's some applause for you, Chelsea. All right. All right. Well, let's see.
Are we? I'm a smidgy laggy. How's everyone else doing? Good? We good?
A little bit.
A little bit laggy?
Yeah, but I think it's okay.
We'll be okay.
I think it leveled out a bit.
We'll just do pauses after everything we say.
All
right, here we go.
Oh, fun.
All right. And Chelsea, I know you can be shy. You don't have to be shy today. No, when your volume is a little quieter than ours, I noticed, so you might just speak up a little bit and we'll be all set.
I can do that.
Oh, perfect. That's
perfect.
That's perfect. Awesome. All right, well, let's
100%.
What
was our question again, Clint? I don't even remember now.
Well, Phil is here and he just said,
Phil!
Yeah, Punk Rock Phil. Stop picking
Hi,
up the
Punk Rock
slack.
Phil.
Not your job. Also, ho, Barbie. Ho, Chelsea Barbie. I don't even know what that means, but you're laughing, so. All right.
Hi, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you meant to type hi.
He what? I'm pretty sure
he meant to type hi.
I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to call
the
you
amount
a
of
hoe.
times I've typed ho instead of hi.
Yeah. I can't tell you the number of times I've been called a hoe, you know? So, all right. So, again, let's go back to
it's fitting.
I've been picking up my coworkers' slack for months. I've tried to help them. They admitted to me that they embellished their resume. I'm done. What do I do? Asking for a friend. This person has had enough. And
Yeah.
how frustrating when everybody has had a coworker that sucks, but how frustrating when you go over and you start helping the coworker and you talk to them a little more and then they're like, yeah, I really don't even know what I'm doing. I kind of BS my way into this job. Thanks so much for your help.
Oh my gosh.
That can only go so far before you lose your mind if the person doesn't catch on and they're not performing. So, what do you think, Chelsea? We haven't heard from you. What do you think about that? What do you think this person should do? Do you think they should talk to the boss and get them fired? Do you think what do you think they should do?
That's so hard. I would hate to be responsible for someone losing their job, but at the same time, I also am not getting paid to do your job, you know? So
yeah.
Oh, that's so hard.
What would you tell a close friend if Mia was venting about this situation in her job? What would you say? What would you tell them?
I would tell them. I mean, you're gonna have to, if you don't want to do their job, you're gonna have to tattle. You're gonna have to tattle.
Oh, you got a straight narc. Yeah, I would say similar to that. You gotta maybe talk to the boss and be like, hey, this is how I've been feeling. You don't have to bring up the resume thing unless things really don't get resolved, but
True.
Yeah. I think I would say, look, man, I get it. You're underqualified. You've admitted to me, but I can't do your job and I'm not going to narc on you. but you actually do you realize you just told me that you don't even know what you're doing? Like, get it together.
Yeah.
Learn Photoshop or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just,
This
what I
I
mean?
actually asked this question, and it's about Clint and I on this show. I'm just kidding. And I don't have a boss to go to, so this is how I'm bringing it up with you.
I don't
I'm
know what to do
just
with my hair.
kidding.
All right. Well, let's go to the next question, and then we got just a couple more, and then we're gonna go into fitness stuff, which
Yes.
which is Chelsea's specialty.
This is my raising the roof.
Yeah, raising the roof with a little horn
I love
action.
that.
All right, let's see here.
Raise it.
Bam. I was just told that I might have hepatitis C. What now? Asking for a friend. Eek.
Wow.
What happens now?
That's tough.
That's not even a
Well-
question. That's just a statement. I was just told that what now? I can tell you.
Well, what now is you take care of your health as much as you can.
Yep.
That's what now.
Yeah.
And you be kind to yourself and don't beat yourself up about it. And take the time that you need to take to feel the way you feel about it. That's what now.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things I've ever heard is, when you're processing large news or emotions that feel overwhelming, there's this like close the curtain time where you allow yourself an allotted amount of time to close the curtains, eat your ice cream, binge watch the show, cry, vent, do whatever, and then you open the curtains and you start figuring out what to do, take action to fix the problem or somehow gain knowledge in the situation. In this situation, I would say figure out as much as you can about what's going to happen next or what you can do to make it better.
That's really, I love that. What is that theory called? Is that it's your curtain period? I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, that way you don't spend too much time dwelling on something, but also, knowing that you do have to resume at some point in time.
Right.
Yeah. Clint?
Well, I can tell you, I know, I have family that has dealt with this, and we're living in the future. And so first thing I would do is appreciate that we're not living in the 1700s, and that we have medical treatments that can fix this. And I have a family member that was sick and is completely cured, completely good to go.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
yeah, and so you're gonna be okay if you get if you get treatment, and just take care of yourself, And yeah, I heard a guy one time. I was bartending, and I heard this guy say, "I couldn't do it. I just could not bring a kid into the world in this day and age." And I stopped, and I go, "What? Are you kidding?" And I was like, "Look, I have family members who've had hepatitis that now are cured because we're living in the future." People don't have to build their homes out of log cabins and fight off bears, and I was like, just Amazon Prime alone is a good reason to be alive in this day and age. I was like, are you kidding me? You need to suck it up, man. I don't know what's getting at you, but it's not that bad. We're doing okay. And again, the medicine right now, there's all kinds of surgeries, procedures, and stuff that they can do that are now like outpatient procedures that you're home by dawn. I mean, by the end of the day. It's crazy. So, just it's scary when they say something like that, but you're gonna be okay. To just get the treatment and do what the doctor says and try to take care of yourself. So,
right.
Not every time. I mean, but usually you're gonna be okay. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a person sharing my life experiences through friends and family and stuff. So, let's see here. Heptennis Kim threw a comment up here. Though there is no vaccine for hepatitis C, treatments can reduce. Yeah, they're like shots. Reduce the viral load to undetectable levels, which is considered cured or in remission. The virus is considered cured when it is not detected in your blood. Blah blah blah. You can go look the rest of that up in the comments, and just know that again, we're living in the future where we have cures for things, so it's good. It's good times.
Yeah.
Let's get to the next question. What do we got? How many? Oh, do you want to read this one, Chelsea?
Sure.
Go for it.
How many hobbies is too much? Asking for a friend.
Ooh.
No, none.
Oh, we lost Chelsea. There we go.
Come back.
There we go.
There we go.
How many is too much?
There's no too many hobbies. Do you know how many
No.
hobbies I have? To me, a full life is experiencing so many things. And sometimes I'll pick up something for a few weeks and I don't continue it, but I'm glad that I tried it out. I've done so many different things, from like woodworking to rollerblading to painting to, kickboxing to, it just goes all over the place. And some of them I've stuck with for years, and some of them I did for a few weeks, and some of them I may pick up again, and some of them I might not, but just try stuff out. And people have like a niche sometimes, right? And that's the thing they stick to, and it ends up being something really great. But how are you ever going to find that if you don't try stuff out? And if you never find that, that's okay too, because, life should be about just doing stuff you want to do. Never too many. Do all the hobbies. That's my advice.
What she said, exactly.
Yep.
Chels?
Absolutely. I also think, as long as you understand that, if you're going to have a multitude of hobbies, you may not be a master at anything.
Yes.
And as long as you're okay with that, then you should absolutely, I think the more hobbies you have, the more well-rounded of a person you are.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be the ultimate grandmaster of floor karate. You could just dabble,
I know a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah, like, you can go rollerblade, right, Mia? You can rollerblade.
I rollerblade like once a week.
Yeah, not regular skate, but rollerblade, and
rollerblade,
skateboarding, and BMXing, and are you kidding? How many hobbies do I have? I'm playing
photography,
photography, swimming.
Now we're just listing hobbies. Dog training.
Gardening.
Gardening is a good one. Cooking can be
sailboating.
Cooking is a good hobby. What else? What are
Baking.
some other this person's gonna write back and say, I didn't ask what are hobbies. What are some hobbies? I don't think you can have too many hobbies, because even playing video games
Cello
is a hobby. Cello, limoncello, drinking limoncello is another good one. Drinking can be a hobby.
Podcasting.
There's so many hobbies, and I think the hobby is just when you do something that's not work that you like, and so
dating.
And I think that's healthy to do things.
Is that a hobby?
Dating
for some people, yeah.
Yeah.
For some people. Yeah.
Look, I don't even know. I'm not the one to ask about if dating's a hobby, let me tell you.
Oh boy.
But my trophy shelf. Pan to my trophy shelf of the men's heads that I've collected. And you tell me if it's a hobby or if it's a sport. Just kidding.
Oh boy.
I like it.
Or am I?
Or are you? Man. Well, we've got a lot of questions. Hold on here. We've got a lot of questions from people.
My cat is trying to catch a fly.
Really?
She's very bad at it. This is her attempt. That's just one swat, and then she just goes, oh, well, I tried. So we're very similar, my cat and I.
They say pets are a lot like their owners.
That's what they do say. And let's see here.
That's why your dog Chloe is very
awesome.
Vibrant. Chatty.
Yeah, Chloe talks too much, if that's what you're trying to say.
She
That's
does, but she's very cute.
That's exactly what she does.
Smart and chatty. Like you, Clint.
Oh, you're sweet. Here, I have a picture of your trophy shelf right here.
Oh my gosh.
That is your trophy shelf.
Are they shrunk? They're shrunken heads too.
Yeah, that's what happens to your. That's what
the
happens to your
second
exes.
hobby.
Yeah, that's definitely a hobby. That's what happens.
Oh.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be?
Fair warning.
Yeah, I saw them more kind of mounted like a like you do with the deer, but you know.
The way deer mount? I don't even know about this. What's happening anymore.
That's not what I meant.
Mounted deer. I've seen deer mount.
Heads. The heads.
Let's get into some fit.
Now this is getting weird.
This is getting weird. Okay, before we get into that, I just want to say, guys, this is May still, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. Break the stigma, guys. If you're having problems, go talk to a therapist. Talk to a friend. Call hotlines. If you're in a real bad place, man, there are numbers. There's people you can talk to, and if that's not even the right place to call, they'll forward you to somebody else. There's a whole.
Come on our show and comment.
Call us.
We will always be available.
Yeah, there's a whole network of people out there that are trying to help you, and
I'll help you break the stigma too. And I talked about this last week, but I had therapy this morning, and it's wonderful help to my mental health, and there's no shame in it at all.
There is
absolutely. Actually, because of Clint, I found a therapist through the Sims Foundation. I've been going to therapy for 3 months now, and it's wonderful.
We need clappings. We need clappings for that.
Clappings. I have clappings. Hold on. I've got clappings.
Clappings.
Yeah, there's the claps.
Clapping.
Yeah, clap sounds.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Some people are embarrassed or don't know, and like most things, until you've tried something, you don't know what it's going to be like. So I mean,
I won't date a man who's not in therapy. That's my new rule. You gotta be working on yourself, because otherwise, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be the only one working on myself.
Mia,
it's very important.
You sounded very New York. I'm not gonna be dating anybody.
Clint, you know I'm serious.
If you're not working on yourself, wow. What are
you
we
know
gonna
I'm
do?
serious.
Just drive?
What am I gonna do? Just drive? You know, when I get New York, I mean business.
I know that is some serious business. So she's not playing around.
Clint's heard it come out several times. Yeah, that's true. I mean business, honey. If you're not in therapy, don't even call me. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you.
Well, let's get into the.
Listen to me, honey. Listen. What am I gonna do? Just drive on over to your house? No. Fix your shit.
The game.
All right, I'm done.
Are you done? Okay. The game for this week is called Ask the Expert. Yep.
So fancy.
Yeah, ask the expert. So we have Chelsea
That's
Barbo in the house. Chelsea, that's you. She is a fitness coach, and she is going to start answering some questions. And we're going to have all of her information down in the information on this video, so you could look her up. She does. To tell us what you do. You do virtual training. What's up? Give them all the stuff, all the options for stuff that they
I do in-person sessions for strength training. I do nutrition coaching. I do online coaching that is like programming and nutrition, or just programming. All the things.
And you have a YouTube channel too, right?
Yes, Just Fitness, GYST Fitness.
Just Fitness, awesome.
Just Fitness. I love this.
Yeah,
I need to do some fitness. That's for sure.
All right. Well, let's see here. Let's get a question up here. Fitness question: is it best to alternate muscle groups or do overall days to get swine AF? I think he meant to say swole.
To get swole.
Yeah. I'm already swine AF, you know? Yeah. I'm trying to undo that. What do you got, Chelsea?
So I have a feeling that a lot of these questions I'm going to end up starting with the same answer, which is it depends. But overall, a general answer would be it is easier to hit the same muscle group more. And I feel like you get a better effect if you're able to hammer one group of muscles and then work another group another time. So basically, like a great example of this is push, pull, legs. So push, you would be working like chest and tris. Pull, you'd be working back and bis, and then legs, legs. And that way you're able to just get all of the sets in on one day, really hammer that muscle group. And the next time you go to lift, none of those same muscles are being fatigued by the exercises that you're doing that day.
Ooh,
Cool.
that's really awesome. I've never thought about like that specific of working out. My like plan is to come in here. This is my studio / workout room, and like get on the treadmill and then punch the bag, because I did used to kickbox. I used to train 6 days a week and I was in very good shape. However, all of that knowledge has left me. So like I've never even thought about how to make it the most effective. And when people ask questions like that, I'm so like, oh, like, no, you've actually put thought into what would work best for your body. That is one step ahead of my game, let me tell you.
Here we go, and I'm adding this to the thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Nice.
yeah. All right.
I like
Love it.
Okay, and then let's see. What else do we have? More questions.
What of the
I had to tune out for a
fitness
second. I'm gonna fix that.
Hit me with them.
Let's
So
get
we
it.
Where do you work in cardio to do that? According is Phil's thing.
So, great question. Man, I love this question. Okay, cardio is a tool. I think a lot of people have this misconception. They're like, okay, summer's coming up. I want that bikini bod, or I want that Speedo bod, whatever you're into. And they immediately think, I'm going to go for a run. That's actually not the best idea. It's not the best thing to implement immediately. Building muscle is going to speed up your metabolism. So you really want to start with strength training. And it doesn't have to be traditional barbell training. There are a lot of different ways that you can gain strength, but you want to start by gaining strength. And then once you have your metabolism up and running, you've increased your calories, you're eating more. That's when you can implement a little bit of cardio to start putting yourself in a deficit so that you can lose that weight that you want to lose.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. So rather than working out and so for me, I used to always do push-ups and crunches, and then I'd go run like 2 or 3 miles, like 2 miles.
Yeah.
Are you saying that the push-ups and crunches are more important than the running? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's interesting too. And from like a health perspective, I would say and you tell me what you think about this, like your heart is a muscle. So cardio is definitely good for, your overall cardiovascular health. But then, weight training as far as your muscles go, but also your bones, those micro tears and the bone remodeling, that is going to like set you up, right, to be, to have healthy bones when you get older, right? Isn't that a big part of it? It's, the health aspect of it is benefits are insane.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's not just aesthetic. Cardio, yes, for lungs, lung capacity and cardiovascular health, cardio is absolutely something that I think everyone should implement in some kind of way. But if you're looking like specifically aesthetically, it's something that you want to implement later on in the journey so that because cardio is gonna force your metabolism to downregulate a little bit. It's gonna teach your body to be more efficient with the calories you're taking in. So you want to make sure that your metabolism is in a healthy place before you start implementing that cardio and kind of down regulating that a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is this why like most not all people, but a lot of people start working out and stuff. They want to get fit for Instagram and just to look good and feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? And you know, and everything, dating and everything else. And then you see a lot of like marathon runners. The people that can run like super marathons that run like 50 miles and stuff like that, they're not swole or they're real a lot.
Yeah.
No offense. Like those guys are scraggly. But they can go forever. They can do cardio
They're
better than
agile.
anyone. But they're not like that's not the dating bod that I'm trying to get. You know what I mean? And does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
thinking
And I
about it
think that's
logically.
why it all depends on your goals. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to be able to run 50 miles, you're just not going to be able to hold on to as much muscle, you know?
Yeah.
But your goal is to
Yeah.
run 50 miles, not have huge muscles. So
My goal is to
in the
not
end,
run and have huge muscles.
What would you say for just general health? You know, if you're putting in, let's say 30 minutes, 5 days a week, what would you say would be the most important if you're just trying really hard? Just you're not really focused on aesthetics and you're just focused on what will just be the healthiest kind of longevity wise.
whatever you will stick to, whatever you feel like
Okay.
makes you feel good, whatever makes you show up. It could be yoga, it could be lifting, it could be Pilates, it could be running. At that point, if you're really just worried about health and moving your body, then you just move your body however it feels good.
Yeah, that's really great.
Cool. Yeah, I like
I want one of those row machines. They're expensive. Any of our fans want to give me a row machine?
Yeah, you should put her Venmo. You should put her Venmo underneath.
for a row
You
machine.
should just
yeah.
start
So people could just, you know.
Just start putting it up there in general. Like
Just-
it doesn't have to be for the row machine. And I'll start an Amazon wish list too for gifts.
There you go.
And I got another question. It's, what should I eat when I work out? And this is asking like, should I eat like chicken? And should I do it before I work out, or should I do it after I work out? After to heal and then eat chicken after I work. Like what exactly? I know protein's good, and then or like pasta is supposed to be for cardio. Like asking for a friend.
Carb loading,
This is a friend
yeah.
of mine that you know.
That's a fantastic question. I never know what to eat
But it's
before
like,
workout.
do I do this before I work out, or like did I just tear all my muscles and I need to go eat a bunch of protein after to fix it, or like what's the deal? What's the deal with food?
Yeah.
So again, it depends. It depends on your digestion. Let me put it that way. So if you can handle I would say carbs and protein before your workout, 30 minutes to an hour before your workout. Golden, you don't have to eat a whole lot. It can be just a couple hundred calories, just something to put in your body. Some people feel like they get sluggish or even maybe a little nauseous if they try to work out on a full stomach. So it may be more beneficial for those people to try like a liquid amino acid, like not BCAAs, but there's liquid essential amino acids, EAAs, because that has the entire amino acid profile. So intra-workout carbs, liquid carbs, if that works for your digestion, could be really beneficial to keep you going. Post-workout, the anabolic window thing, not
I
really
don't explain
important.
the thing, because I do.
Yeah, what is anabolic window?
I do cupcake lifts. I don't know anything about the window. So like,
Yeah.
So there's a saying in the fitness industry that you have to eat or drink a certain amount of protein right after within like 2 hours of your workout.
Okay.
If you're competing as a bodybuilder or something, then your nutrient timing is very important. If you are just trying to be healthy or get fit, as long as you are hitting your overall protein target in a day so that your body has enough protein to recover, it does not matter when you eat or how much you eat when.
Okay.
Interesting.
If your digestion can handle it though, try to avoid fats before a workout because they digest slower, but protein and carbs might give you a little extra energy boost to make it through the last like hard bits of a workout. So
yeah.
Cool. And then what about the pre-meth, like the pre-workout stuff that people take that gives them energy? Like,
I take pre-workout. I do 1 scoop of
I called it
stim-free, which is
pre-meth.
caffeine-free. I pre-meth. It
Yeah.
well, because it is. It has like
Crack.
350 milligrams of caffeine. It's
Yeah.
insane.
So does that
Yeah.
stuff work? Is that like I mean, can you just drink a 5-hour energy and do the same thing, or like what's the deal with all that?
So it depends on which brand you're going with. The brand that I use has beta alanine and a couple of other ingredients in it that actually kind of, I'm gonna sound like a real bodybuilder, give you more of a pump.
Yeah.
I've been doing some bodybuilding style training for the last 6 months, so it's been eye opening. But really,
Nice.
I mean, most pre-workout will have that. They'll give you that like tingly, itchy feeling, and that's a lot of times it'll just give you more vascularity, so your veins will pop up more. You'll get more of a pump in your muscles. You'll be able to feel them more. But a lot of it is just the caffeine, just really cracks you out and gets you going. So yeah, it works
Yeah.
for me. But I do 1 scoop of caffeinated and 1 scoop without caffeine, because that's just
It's just too
it's
much.
a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I do a lot of espresso anyway, so it's like then I snort some pre-workout and I'm like, whoa. Let's see.
Let's not snort the
do that.
pre-workout.
Yes, kids, do not try
Yeah.
that. Okay, I want to lift weights and get strong, but I don't want to get bulky. Help.
Okay, sorry, I had to center myself so that I don't, so I'm not aggressive with this response.
Okay.
It is so hard to get bulky, and let me just say this too, like if there's a decent amount of fat around the muscle, it may seem bulky, but when you go to actually cut down and lose that fat, it will no longer look bulky. So there are points in time, like I'm in a massing phase right now. I'm about to cut down for my wedding, so I feel a little bit fluffier and bulkier. But it's just because I have a little bit of extra fat tissue that's required in order to gain more muscle. At the end of the day, gaining muscle mass is really, really hard work. And unless you are totally and completely dedicated to it or have phenomenal genetics, I would just say just work on getting strong and you probably don't have anything to worry about.
Is that a myth that like if you
Yeah.
do real heavy weights with less reps, you get real knotted and bulky, and then if you do low weight but more reps, you get longer, leaner, more toned stuff?
Toned is not a thing. The fitness industry actually created the word toned to target women specifically because at the time there were only men going into gyms and they wanted to make more money. So they thought, okay, how can we target women? So they came up with this idea of having toned, slender muscles, and it's not a thing. When you see women with bodies that you're like, okay, goals, it's because they lift heavy weights, they eat food, and they're strong. It's almost 100% guaranteed. So get strong.
That's really interesting.
Huh.
Did men come up with that?
I'm almost positive.
Yeah, they did.
The industry, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
to sell products and sell an image and sell all that. They there's a lot of toned, or I'm sure there's a lot of words like that that's pretty much, it's like, hey, either you're building muscle or you're not. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
either
exactly.
either you have more
Grow
body
or shrink.
fat or you have light body fat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Body fat light.
What about like if I'm working out a bunch, can I just work out a lot and then eat whatever I want and still attain like me, I like Mexican food. I like tacos and beef and all kinds of crazy bacon and all that stuff. So if and like I'm like, geez, I'm like 30 pounds overweight, and if I want to lose that, if I just work out a whole bunch, can I just burn through that and just eat whatever I want, or is it like how important is or should I go on keto or something, or like how is important is the food part if you're burning enough calories? Say I go for a 2-hour run in the morning and at night, and I'm lifting and stuff, doing stuff like a. I'm just curious, is the food really that important, or not important at all? It doesn't matter, because I have a friend who's a aerobics like instructor. She does classes all day, and she's like, I eat whatever the hell I want. I burn 200,000 calories a day. So anyway, maybe that's a
Gosh, I wish
stretch,
I
but
could eat that much.
Yeah. I think I would just like to say something about keto, and I'm not a nutritionist,
Mhm.
but I am, a healthcare worker that studied the body. And so as somebody that I mean, you clearly know what you're talking about. I think that it's harmful and shouldn't be something that you do long term. Your body releases ketones when it's in crisis, and it's not something that you want to see. When we see that in urine samples in patients, we try to figure out why it's happening, and we don't
Right.
go, "Yay, for good for you." We go, "Okay, your body's in crisis for some reason. Let's figure out why." So that's how I feel about those diets. I'm not saying that you can't cut stuff out to be healthy, but personally, I don't think that is a long-term sustainable thing. And the second you get off of it, you're probably just going to gain whatever
Gotcha.
weight you lost right back.
Yeah, that's been a
But
big.
yeah, I would like to hear your opinion on that as well.
The world needs more people like you. Um,
And there's also like Whole 40, or what is it, Whole
yeah,
30, or what?
Whole 30.
Yeah.
Whole 30.
So I think at the end of the day, the problem with these diets is not necessarily any one in particular. It's this idea, this concept behind them, right? That there is a magic pill or a magic diet that you can use to reach your goals.
Yeah.
And specifically with keto, I think a lot of people are leaving so much on the table. Your body's natural energy system is carbohydrates, so your muscles are little storage tanks for carbs. So if you're not eating carbs and your body switches into ketosis, which takes time, by the way, and you feel like crap the entire time it's happening.
Yep.
It takes one day, one time, one meal of coming out of ketosis, and it sends your body into haywire. It has no idea what to do at that point. So I feel like if you're truly going to make progress on keto, it needs to be like a jump start for someone who has a lot of weight to lose, and it just gets them kind of like, for example, my parents used it for a short period of time, and lost a little bit of weight, and then kind of scaled it back into like, okay, well, now we know what foods we can eat, and now we know like what it basically kind of just helped them get off of all of the junk food, and then they reincorporated the good carbs and were able to kind of like find this balance.
Using it as a tool.
But I don't like drastic diets, and nutrition is, I hate when people say it's like, oh, it's 80-20. It's like, no, it's really 100-100. Like if you have a very specific goal, then your plan is going to have to be very specific to get you there. And I think that fueling your body needs to be a top priority if you're going to value your health. I think in this day and age, we constantly hear people thinking like, I just need to eat less, eat less, eat less. It's like, I can say 99% of my clients have come to me eating under 1,000 calories, and we have bumped them up to eating almost 2,000, and they are still losing weight at this point because their body just needs to be fueled. Especially if you're resistance training. And obviously that's not going to be everyone. I'm not telling everybody, you just go eat more food. But I am saying like, you have to figure out, and this is where having shameless plug, having a coach comes into play, is you really need to figure out what your body needs and how to fuel it properly for the things that you want it to do.
Yeah. Well,
you need carbs.
I feel like just from a little bit what I heard you saying, also the way you phrased a couple of sentences, it sounds like goal setting and like setting a clear plan and all that is really just as important. You know what I mean? Is that not just because I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna eat this diet, blah blah blah, and then you fall off of the off the wagon, a
Yeah.
weekend or whatever. How
And then you
how
punish
important?
yourself, right?
Yeah, punish myself for a little bit and like screw this. Well, how much is goal
Yeah.
setting and like what kind of suggestions you have for people to like as far as should they look at every day, every week, every month, or set a goal or what? I mean, what just to get people who might be watching to think in a productive way, because I could tell you as far as like launching a YouTube channel, there's goals, there's things, there's a foundation you need to build up there, you need to execute the thing and start it and do a lot of things to maintain that along with other businesses and things, and I feel like maybe that kind of approach with fitness would be helpful, but
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I think the more specific the goal is, the better. I think if you're going to have a really long-term goal, it's better to also create short-term goals to meet in the meantime, because at the end of the day, what we want is we want self-efficacy. We want you to believe in yourself when you say, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this. You need to be able to believe in yourself that you can go there, that you can do it. And by setting short-term goals, like I'm going to go on a 10-minute walk 3 times this week. It can be something literally as simple as that. I'm going to drink 4 bottles of water a day.
Do you write it down?
And
Yeah.
you start there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Write it down. Tell a friend, text it to your mom, like whatever you need to do to like have someone
Accountability.
to help hold you. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And start with
I like
one
that.
at a time. One at a time. People always like they try to like, all right, I'm getting rid of sugar. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to go on a run, and I'm going to lift weights, and I'm going to go to yoga 3 times a week. And it's like, whoa, dude, hold on, wait.
That's
Way
You're
me.
too
never going to
much.
be able
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One at a time.
All right, and well, let's look at some of these comments in here. I'm going to pop a couple of them on the screen and see what some of the people have been saying. Tess says it's called
Hi, Tess.
Muscle Man Moving. Call for free quote.
Yeah.
There's no one with muscles because muscular men can't hang. Okay, let's see here.
There's wait, did you just plug your business and then like talk trash about your men, Tess?
Yeah, here we'll put it up on the screen since she did.
I think you're there's no one with muscles because muscular men can't hang. The muscle man is the owner.
Uh-huh.
He's a bulky man.
And Phil says, let's see here. Phil said, some people are just about aesthetic and not about strength training. Yeah. And then Kim says, they work out and they eat. The concept is my life right now. I've been doing, I can't even read this because I have some other things popping.
I've been going to the gym and doing weights and cardio for 3 months in a row and eating like a horse. I don't feel like I'm thinning down. Put it back up, please.
There you go.
But I feel stronger and more confident. That's great.
I love that. Yes. Good job, Kim.
Confidence is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil asked again, best post and pre-workout drink. You could rewind and watch this video on YouTube later and find that one. Phil reminded Kim, remember muscle weighs more than fat. Make sure to monitor your muscle mass. And Kim says, I have one of those scales. Yeah. All right, let's see if there's no more questions. He skipped the first comment. Oh, apparently I missed something, Test. I own a moving company. Oh yeah, I guess I did. There we go.
What was it? I own a moving company and have learned that bodybuilders don't have the stamina of the average Joe. They can lift a car, but can't go to the third without dying. Can't go to the third without dying. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's because they're so lean.
Yeah, they need Chelsea lifted their couches.
Yeah, they do. I think we all do. After this episode, I think we've all realized what we need.
All right.
Yeah.
And going back to hobbies, Haley says dating is definitely a hobby. All right.
Thank you, Haley.
Thanks,
Thank
Haley.
you. And it's a trophy sport for me now.
That's right. She's got the shrunken heads to prove it. All right, let's see what else
It's not.
we
It's not. It's not what I wanted on the wall, but I didn't want to be cruel.
got. Well, gang, here I'm gonna right now while y'all are talking smack, I'm gonna get Chelsea's
Information.
her.
Yeah, I also. So while we go back to talking about carbs, and you mentioned amino acids and stuff like that. Scientifically, these things are needed for your body. I think people hear carbs and they freak out because they think that's what makes you fat, but your body needs it for energy, ATP energy, so that literally all your cells can function, so that your body can try to maintain its homeostasis and keep those concentration gradients in check. And it's so fascinating, and I'm obsessed with it. And so, like, please don't deprive yourself.
Yeah.
Learn balance.
Your brain
Learn
needs
balance.
glucose. Yeah.
It needs glucose. It needs to turn that. Listen, I could sit here and talk to you about how ATP is made, but it starts with glycolysis, and that starts with glucose in your system. So don't deprive yourself. Learn moderation and balance.
Yeah.
That's right.
Preach it to him, Mia.
Well, I've got Chelsea's. Yeah, nerd. Just kidding.
It took a long time to become a nerd.
That's
and
right.
I'm going to be very proud of it. I wasn't always nerdy. It took a lot of studying to get this way.
Well, gang, I've got Chelsea's Instagram handle up there on the screen. It's Chelsea Barbell Fitness. That really messed my eyes up. Chelsea Barbell Fitness. Well, her name's
the
Barbo,
lights.
and I knew it was Barbell, but it just messed me up. And then we have the gym underneath that, the gistfitness.com. So guys, check that stuff out. You got anything else going on? What is the YouTube channel called?
It's just Fitness. GYST Fitness. Stands for Get Your Shit Together.
Nice.
So.
I like that. Now you'll never forget it. So we'll do a air horn for Get Your Shit Together Fitness. I love it. Awesome. Well, Chelsea, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you. This was
Thank you for
great.
having
This was so
me.
much fun.
Yeah, we'll have to do another one in the future. So before we go, again, guys, we got to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, and tell your friends about us so that we can have more fun shows. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out and talking and giving us cool questions. And we're gonna see you guys soon. Any last comments from anybody else? Mia?
I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
No, I love you.
I love you.
Clint, I'm in love with you. All right, I'm just messing around.
I didn't have a
messing around.
I didn't have a spring sound.
Listen, honey, listen to me. What I'm trying to tell you, honey, is that I love you. All right. All right, so don't you come in here and act like you didn't know. You already knew. I'm your third choice, and that is love for me.
Third choice. Chelsea, you got any shout outs you want to do real quick before we hit the goodbye music?
Nah, I don't know anybody.
You know anybody? All right. Good answer.
Shout out to everybody and nobody.
To everyone. Shout out to Cody, my fiance, my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. Love you.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, guys, check out Chelsea Barbo Fitness on Instagram. Check out Just Fitness, which is Get Your Shit Together Fitness. And we're going to see you guys soon. We're got more guests coming in the future. We got a dating coach extraordinaire.
We have a relationship episode coming up. We need to mention that. I'm going to say that. Super excited for this. All of our guests, I think, are going to be our most favorite part moving forward. So relationship questions. This whole episode is going to be a relationship episode. So ask us your relationship questions now so we can start collecting them. Send us a message on Facebook or our Instagram page, or comment on any of the videos, and we'll get them. And that way we can have a nice collection of them when that show finally comes to fruition.
Yes. So awesome. Well, this has been fun, and we should woohoo! We should celebrate because we had our first guest on the show. So, Chelsea, thanks for joining us, Chelsea, and you guys at home, thanks for watching. And we're gonna see you guys soon at Answering for a Friend.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Woo.
Answering for a Friend.